St. Georgia, Georgia, fly through the pine. Other arms, other arms, smile tenderly to what I do. He's wrong if I see the road leads back to you. Dreams I find, just no sweet song.
Small snow may you bloom and bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss.
Are you ready to begin your next adventure as a married couple?
Yes, we are.
The ceremony will begin with a reading by Dustin Davis, a friend of the couple.
And things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
I chose this poem because it is the essence of love, pure and simple, and oftentimes, as it should be, silly. It's called I Like You by Sandal Stoddard Warburg.
I like you, and I know why. I like you because you're a good person to like. I like you because when I tell you something special, you know it's special. And you remember it a long, long time. You say, remember when I told you something special? And both of us remember. When I think something is important, you think it's important too. And we have good ideas. When I say something funny, you laugh. I think I'm funny, and you think I'm funny too.
I like you because you know where I'm ticklish. And you don't tickle me there, except just a little tiny bit sometimes. But if you do, then I know where to tickle you. You know how to be silly. That's why I like you. Boy, are you ever silly. I never met anybody as silly as you until I met you. I like you because you know when it's time to stop being silly. Maybe day after tomorrow, maybe never. Too late, it's 1/4 silly.
By the power vested in me by the state of Wisconsin, I declare you to be wed. You may kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, I present for the first time Mr. and Mrs. Bond.
I'm wondering if your love's still strong, oh baby. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. And that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back, not ashamed to cry, oh baby. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Listen, oh. Just an old sweet song, keep Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song, keep Georgia on my mind. Oh, sweet Georgia, keep Georgia on my mind. Oh, sweet
Thank you to Gary and Lynn Tamm for helping to orchestrate this and to put in time. Thank you for my parents, Susan Alpha Bond, for everything. Thank you for everyone, especially the Eau Claire crew, for helping to set up the tent, and the brothers of Laura, and my brothers for helping. Laura just wants me to tell you guys that the food is ready, and that the caterer is going to release each table to descend upon the food in some sort of coherent fashion. So,
Enjoy, we hope you love it, and
thank you for coming.
thank you so much.
Let's eat.
So good evening. As Lawrence said, my name is Carter. I am the best man. And before I get started with some embarrassing stories about Lawrence, I first wanted to thank the Bonds and the Tamms for this beautiful evening. So let's give a big round of applause. Now, I first met Lawrence when we were freshmen at Lafayette College in Easton, Pennsylvania. And I'm pretty sure that we were the only two Southerners on the entire campus. So naturally, we bonded over things like sweet tea, grits, and barbecue. Now, I do have a lot of crazy stories about Lawrence in those days, like the time I found him outside our dorm at 3 a.m. wearing only his boxers and with no clear explanation as to how he got there. Or the time that he told a police officer to at least wait until he finished peeing before he got the ticket for public urination. But I'm actually going to spare him tonight. I'm not going to tell too many of those. And really, the truth is, no single story could summarize all that is Lawrence Bond. But to try to capture the man and what it's like to be friends with him, I put together a little list. So for those of you who don't know him, consider this a cheat sheet. So here it is, the official You Know You're Friends with Lawrence Bond when list. Number 1, you know you're friends with Lawrence Bond because he has told you that he is the best at pool, ping pong, beer pong, baseball, basketball, cornhole, can jam, push-ups, jumping jacks, and the list just goes on forever. If it's a game, Lawrence is good at it, and you know it. Number 2, you know you're friends with Lawrence because he calls you whenever he's within a 100-mile radius of your home, and he expects you to meet him out that night, no questions asked. Speaking of those phone calls, you know you're friends with Lawrence Bond because you have received at one point a 5-minute voicemail where he first yells at you for never picking up the phone or calling him back, and then he proceeds to have an entire conversation as though you were on the line. Number 4, you know you're friends with Lawrence Bond because he has expelled some kind of bodily gas in your presence. Maybe you don't have to be friends with him for that to happen. And number 5, last but not least, you know you're friends with Lawrence because you have watched a Georgia football game with him. Now let me expand on that one. Not only did he get a group of us from Lafayette to root for the Dogs, but he actually got us to travel to multiple games. Now think about that. A group of like 7 Yankees, and on one occasion someone from the West Coast flying 3 or even 6 hours and then driving another 2 to go cheer on a team that we had absolutely no connection to whatsoever. Except for the fact that Lawrence Bond is obsessed with him. But within all that list, I think a few things do stand out about Lawrence. His enthusiasm, sincerity, and loyalty. Lawrence is great at staying in touch, getting you out for a good time, and always being there to help out. And I know those are a few of the reasons why I've been friends with him for so long. And looking around here tonight, I see people from all parts of his life, from high school, college, Aspen, law school, abroad, who've traveled far distances from Florida, California, Colorado, Washington, New York City, and of course right here in Wisconsin, all to be here tonight. And I think it really says not only a lot about Lawrence, but a lot about Lawrence and Laura as a couple and how much people value their friendship and want to be here to support them. Laura, you're an amazing woman whose intelligence and love of life is only exceeded by your beauty. And there is absolutely no doubt whatsoever that the best decision Lawrence Bond had ever made is marrying you. So, I know it speaks for all of us when I say that we wish you a life full of happiness, and we're so happy to be here to celebrate. Cheers.
So good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I am the big sister of the gorgeous bride here, Laura. I want to start by congratulating you guys, and when I look at you two, I feel an overwhelming feeling of happiness and love and joy, and I'm so happy for you, Laura. Laura has told me at least a dozen times today that she is so happy. I mean, it just takes my breath away. I know Laura found her true match in Lawrence, and it has been a total honor to share this special day with you two. Sorry, I have notes. I never knew Lawrence before he met Laura, but I can tell you that he's a perfect match for my sister. You two are both special people, but together, you are complete. And I have a poem that I'd like to read. It's written by Joanna Fuchs. It's called Marriage Glow. Your wedding day is just the start of a lifetime full of love and fun. It just begins as you take your vows when the two of you are joined as one. We wish you for the sweet happiness through the years. May your love grow to warm you both from day to day. It's your marriage's satisfying glow. So congratulations, you guys. I love you both. Welcome to the family, Lawrence.